Orale, everybody. Zooba here. I am doing a request for my friend Zardoz Speaks, The Wonderful Country, composed and conducted by Alex North. He requested that I try to do it as a Mexican Bandito, or yes, a Mexican Bandito. And therefore, I am doing my Mexican Bandito voice character in no way intended to offend anyone. And so, The Wonderful Country, composed and conducted by Alex North. Liner notes read by Zooba and my Mexican Bandito character. Ever since Hollywood decided to create a greater authenticity for its pictures by photographing them in location anywhere in the world, the music of these movies has taken a new importance and new quality of enjoyment. It can no longer be a cliche, an unimportant jumble of swelling chords in the background. Today, as this soundtrack recording of the music from the United Artists release, The Wonderful Country, proves a composer working for films must, in his own way, match the authenticity of the camera, providing imaginative first-rate composition to help set the mood for what appears on the screen. For The Wonderful Country, which was photographed largely on location in Mexico and stars Robert Mitchum and the beautiful Julie London, into a romantic action western based on Tom Lee's novel, Alex North has provided the kind of exciting, tuneful, and captivating rhythmic score that creates for the listeners all the sweep, beauty, and vivid color of the movie. This is program music with a special flair, a kind of musical painting that helps recapture the thrills of the film in one's own living room. Mr. North, doubling in brass as composer and conductor, translates the Mexican setting with its various shades and moods into music that is as original as it is descriptive. The wild, bounding beat of Mexican dance gives way to lovely, haunting tunes that sensitively and accurately reflect the various facets of the story. And what a bold, full-body story it is. Mitchum plays the expatriate American chief pistolero for a Mexican politico. He is sent to Puerto, Texas to buy guns at the same time that a small troop commanded by Major Gary Merrill rides into town. The Major's wife is with him, is Julie London, a lovely woman who with him is Julie London. She's a lovely woman, who no longer loves her husband, and here the excitement starts. Mitchum has an accident and must stay in Puerto, where he meets and falls in love with Julie. In the meantime, meanwhile, the guns are hijacked, and the Mexicans blame Mitchum, who is on returning to Mexico. It's made a virtual prisoner. Merrill wants to join forces with the Mexicans to ride against the Apaches so the railroad can come through the country. Fleeing the Mexicans, Mitchum runs into a patrol headed by Merrill, who has been badly wounded. To save the American life, Mitchum leads the men back to Puerto, where on Merrill's death he is reunited with Julie. Spoilers. Mexican pursuers, and then he crosses the Rio Grande, was for good, returning to the wonderful country. Chester Erskine's production has given Alex North a wide latitude, and he has made the most of it. A veteran among Hollywood composers, he has created his own musical portraits of the main characters, from the taciturn, cynical gunslinger that is Mitchum at the start to the soft appeal of Miss London. The themes are mostly Mexican, but music appears in the feel of the Rio Grande. It appears to feel like the Rio Grande and border country. And the imposing stage is set in the main title, The Wonderful Country. And it contains the riding into Puerto sequence. Helen's theme sings with aching loneliness, catching the warmth and also the tragedy of the loveless wife. But soon the excitement whips up again in the smuggling guns number in Chief Pistolero and murder at the fiesta. Each time, each incident distinctly characterizes. I seem to be frozen. Smuggling guns number in Chief Pistolero and Murder at the Fiesta. Each incident has its own distinctive characteristic, whether in its edgy, violent Apache death or the triumphant return with Castro. Alex North has created a soundtrack album for a great motion picture, but for the record buyer, he has done more than that. This is the music that clings to the ear and captures the primitive beauty of Mexico with its tantalizing, vibrating rhythms. It's a treat for everyone. These notes were written by a man named Walter Lowe. And this is Zooba doing his character of the Mexican Bandito, with no offense to anyone. And I was slipping into Zooba from time to time, but I did my best. Orale, and every time in the wonderful country. A good time in the wonderful country, because it's wonderful. That's for you, ZS, sorta speaks.